Right, good day and welcome. I'm Mr. Simons. Here again, we're looking at a grade 11 analytical geometry question asked in a grade 12 paper. Yeah, it's a triangle related exam question, right? So November 2013. So in the diagram below, P is the point, minus 5 and 0. The inclination of the line PT is 63,43. S is a midpoint and a y-intercept. R is a point on the x-axis such that PO to OR is in the ratio 2:3. So technically, if it's from 0 to P, 2 units, then 0 to 3 must be 3 units. Right, 5.1. Determine, for the first one, gradient of PT. So the gradient, I'm going to use the inclination of the line to find the gradient. Then they want the equation of PT, meaning I have to find the coordinates of S so that I can find the C value, because from above we already have the gradient. Then they want the distance PS. So POS there's a 90 degrees, so there we're dealing with the right angle triangle. So we have the coordinates of S, we know how far OS is. PO there, as you can see, is 5 units, so from there we should be able to work out PS. Then we want the coordinates of T. If S is a midpoint, I'm going to use the midpoint to find the coordinates of T. Determinate coordinates of R, so there we have to use the ratio to get the coordinates of R. And then area of PTR, so we know PR is a base. From T right down should be my perpendicular height. Right, so you can pause here and attempt to answer it, or you can just go through and work with me as I solve the problems. Alright, so for the first one, they want the gradient of PT correct to the nearest integer value. So they said the inclination of the line is 63,43. So gradient PT would then equal 10. 63,43, 1 mark. Punch that in the calculator, I get 2. So second mark for the answer. So gradient PT equal 2. Second problem, they want the equation of PT in the form y equal mx plus c. So we already know gradient PT equals 2. Y equal mx plus c, so there y equal 2x plus c. We only have the point P on the line PT, so that's minus 5 and 0. So technically, y is 0 when x is negative 5. 2 times negative 5 would give me negative 10. If I take it over, it becomes positive 10, so C is 10. So y equal 2x plus 10. So technically, coordinates of S would be 0 and 10. Right, they want the distance PS in third form. So y equal 2x plus 10. Y-intercept, which is S, x is 0. So if x is 0, that falls away. So coordinates of S is 0 and 10. So that means from O to S is 10 units. From O to P is 5 units. So PS squared equal 5 squared plus 10 squared. Gives me 100 plus 25, which is 125. So PS equals square root 125. Or 25 times 5, which then becomes 5 square root 5 if you use your calculator. So there we found PS. So first we had to get coordinates of S. It's a right angle triangle, so we use theorem of Pythagoras to solve it. Let's look at the problem. Now for the fourth problem, they want the coordinates of T. This is a very common problem. Make sure you understand and follow, because it's a very big chance, or over 90% chance, it will be tested in every exam. So if we let T equal xy, we have the middle S, which is 0 and 10, and we have P minus 5 and 0. Can use midpoint formula, no, not midpoint, but the formula for midpoint to find the coordinates of T. So technically, x1 plus x2 over 2 must equal 0. y1 plus y2 over 2 must equal 10. So the x minus 5 over 2 equals 0. 0 times 2 gives me 0. Take minus 5 over x equal 5. Y minus 0 over 2 equal 10. 10 times 2 equal 20, and that simply stays y. So my coordinates of t is 5 and 20. So again, x minus 5 over 2 must equal the x value of the middle. Y minus 0 over 2 must equal the y value of the midpoint. And that is how we're going to test it. So whenever you have a midpoint or you see lines there, you use the coordinates of the midpoint to find either coordinates on either side, provided we have one of the two. So 2 marks, one for the x value, one for the correct y value. Right, 5.2, determine the coordinates of R. So we already know OP is 5 units because the x value is negative 5. So from negative 5 to 0, from 0 to negative 5 is 5 units. They say OP to OR equal 2 to 3. So OR is bigger than OP. So therefore OR equal the 5 times 3 over 2, because I have to increase the value of OR from what you were taught in grade 9. To a smaller, I would have multiplied by 2 over 3. So 5 times 3 gives me 15 over 2. So my coordinates of R, 15 over 2 and 0. Alright, so hope you follow. So that's increasing that value, 3 over 2. 5.3, calculate the area of triangle PTR. So we want PTR. So T is 5 and 20. So to go from T there, the y value is 20. So that whole perpendicular height is 20 units. And then we have base PR. So area of a triangle, half base times height. My base is PR times my perpendicular height. So my base is my 5 units plus my 15 over 2 units times my perpendicular height, which is 20, which then gives me 125 square units. So if you enjoy the lesson, please like, share and subscribe. Continue practicing, continue working hard. Stay disciplined. God bless. Bye.